Hello there everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I thought it would be fun to share with you 3 end of summer self-care practices. These are herbal based, hearthcraft based, and kind of built to prepare for the winter months ahead. It's starting to cool down here. The days have been rather cold lately and the weather's been shifting toward fall. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited for the next season, but as much as I love fall, I do sometimes get a little bit tired come the winter months. And so the goal with this is to kind of prepare and be ready for those really dark, cold days to come. But before we dive too deep into this video is sponsored, so let's hear a little bit more about that. Today, I am so happy to again be partnering with my favorite mindfulness and meditation app, Aura. As you know, I've been working with and using Aura for years now. It's helped me to deal with my sleep and anxiety issues like no other app, and is something I turn to all the time for these issues still. Lately, I've been using the app to help me maintain focus while I work on writing my next book, as well as working with it to build back a daily meditation practice. Daily meditation has been a game changer when it comes to regulating my mental health, and with Aura, I've been able to easily incorporate it into my day-to-day, which has greatly improved my happiness and well-being. So if you're like me and have been meaning to make meditation a daily habit for yourself, but are struggling to find a place to start, then try to kickstart this practice by doing a 30-day meditation challenge with me and Aura. Aura is a new mindfulness and sleep app that won the Best of Apple award and is used by over 7 million people. It's an all-in-one app for well-being and sleep. It has thousands of meditations and stories, along with CBT, life coaching, breathwork, spirituality, and more. Its content is created by hundreds of expert coaches and therapists around the world, and it is highly personalized. The app uses AI and billions of data points to curate content specifically for you, or it tailors to your preferences and needs from the moment you set up your account. This way, you will always find something to listen to without having to spend hours scrolling. Personally, I favor the soundscapes, in particular any involving rain or birds. They bring me so much peace and keep my mind on track. Aura is truly the only app that has worked for improving my mental well-being. It's not a one-size-fits-all like other apps, and with its help, I've been able to move through my days much better than before. Aura has always been such a helpful tool when it comes to my mental health and mindfulness practices. It has been a game changer for me and my daily meditations, and I would highly encourage you to join me on a 30-day meditation challenge using Aura's content. In these 30 days, with the help of Aura's tracks and guides, I'm sure you'll be able to experience the same incredible benefits that I have through my mindfulness journey with the app. So if this sounds interesting to you, get started for completely free on Aura's website using my special link in the description. The first 500 people to use my link get a free trial plus an exclusive 25% off. It's gonna go fast, so you might as well sign up now while you're thinking about it. Thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. Alrighty, welcome back. To begin with this self-care venture, let's make a cup of tea. I made this tea a couple of weeks ago as an emotional cleansing tea. It's very grounding and calming and all around perfect for the beginning of a self-care day. Now just to let this steep. If you've been here for a while, you'll probably know that one of my favorite simple practices within all of magic is to make a cup of tea. I personally do make a lot of my own loose leaf tea blends for different purposes of magic or just personal healing use. This one is definitely a combination of both of those, but taking the time to do something as simple as making a cup of tea but with intention is such an easy way to kind of enter practice and awaken your magic and spirit. Besides, it can be done pretty much whenever, and so it's always something I like to incorporate into my days, and especially something I like to incorporate into more simple moments of my practice. Now, this is very, very warm, so I will let it steep and cool off for a bit before I drink it. And in the meantime, I will get started on my next practice. I have two other ones. I can't really decide which one I want to do first. One of them will be a little bit messier than the other though, so perhaps I will begin with the less messy option. I think that's a good place to start. Let's get the materials out and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. So here I have some calendula, some rose, and some elderflowers. I don't know about you, but I myself in the wintertime get very, very dry skin, and it just is terrible. It's very hard for me to get under control, and it's very uncomfortable. And so this year I thought I would do some experimentation with some lighter oils so that I could have a face moisturizer and also just something that would absorb very readily into my skin. And I wanted to make it with some herbs that I know are really good for skincare. I absolutely adore calendula's benefits for the skin. I use it in most every skin care thing I make, and I am really curious to see how it mixes with the rose and the elderflowers. So today I want to set up a base oil infusion with these flowers. While this is a little bit more of a future self-care act, I do really enjoy making herbal concoctions. It is the one thing that brings me the most joy in this world. So while I don't get to enjoy the benefits of this right away, it is something that brings me a lot of peace and joy in the moment. So let's get crafting on this. I'll take you through the finalizing of it in another video, probably in a month or so, because this will just be the setup of the long infusion, and in 4 to 6 weeks I will make it into its final oil. I would like to do a hot infusion as well, so we'll check back in once it's had time to rest. But first, let's get it set up. Alrighty, now just to let this set, We're losing daylight. I keep forgetting that it's getting darker and darker earlier. So it's time to move on to the very last thing that I want to do today. But like I said before, this will set and I'll check back in with you guys in a month or a month and a half. There I'll finalize the oil, maybe add in a few other things, we'll see, and have something that will hopefully be a very positive experiment. So keep you updated on that in some time. But this last step in my self-care day is to plant some plants. I recently started a bunch of kitchen herbs from seed. Finally, my time has settled down. The summer's been very busy with a lot of traveling, and I haven't been home enough to really have a good kitchen garden going. But now I am, and while it may not be the exact typical time to start seeds or plant new plants, they're just going to be indoor plants in my kitchen for me to use through the winter. And I have 3 plants that are already propagated that just need to be moved into bigger pots. And that is, once again, one of my very favorite activities. I love repotting plants or just getting to work with plants in any way that I can. It's very calming and I like that it's working towards something. So I figured I would take you along with me through this little practice. Besides, there's a lot of folklore with connecting to your plants and your potted plants. It is a really good way of working with the magic that you want to, and kitchen magic is a fantastic means of working. I absolutely adore getting to add herbs to my food for specific intentions, and I just find that the ones that I'm growing myself seem to have a little extra oomph to them. So this is a very important part of my practice. So let's set this guy aside and start repotting some plants, shall we? I currently only have 2 smaller pots left over, so we are improvising with a large mug for the time being. I do have a few more pots on the way in the mail, and I'm very much looking forward to them, but I've used mugs quite a bit in my own kitchen and just own plants before, and I figured this parsley wouldn't mind too much if it was in a mug for a little bit of time. It'll give it way more room than this little planter has been. So that's the plan. Seems as though we're gonna have a little bit of a thunderstorm. Those are pretty rare here, so it's kind of special. Alrighty, well there we have it. We have some thyme, some oregano, and some parsley. They will definitely be perking up soon. They don't really love to be manhandled the way they just were. Oregano's doing okay, but I will go add this to my collection of herbs. These are all of my little starts. It'll still be some time till they're green, but they're cute nonetheless. Alrighty, and with that, those are 3 end of summer hearthcraft practices. This is one of my favorite times of year, the start of fall almost, and just getting to do those little final things to prepare for winter. There's still a lot of plants abounding, the daylight's long enough for seeds, and I'm getting excited for the cozier times and the cozier weather ahead. I'd love to hear about what kind of things you like to do on a self-care day this time of year. Self-care looks different for everybody, and it's always interesting to me to kind of get some new ideas. I hope this was at least maybe a little inspiring for you, and I hope you've enjoyed. I'll deep dive into the oil I'm making when I finalize it and share the recipe with you then, but for now it was just the beginning. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well, and I guess it's time to close out this video. So if you can and would like to, I'd really appreciate it if you checked out my Patreon. There I share art, herbal profiles, book recommendations, and monthly workshops. The workshops are a ton of fun. You all get to pick the topic. They're a live stream format, so I get to talk with you guys, which is so lovely. And if you aren't able to make the live stream, they are still available for 2 weeks after they're posted. Patreon really is what keeps everything running here, so I'm very, very grateful to all of you that are there. I also have another channel if you want more content from me. It's more vlogs, my day-to-day life, magic, herbalism, all of those good things. And as you probably know, I also wrote a book. Hello, Miss Hazel. Hello, Miss Hazel. Yes, that's a good girl. Do you want to come say hi? Yeah, is it your turn for a cameo? I know I didn't sit in my chair, so you had to come over here. My book is all about spellcraft and herbal magic, and it's meant to take the beginner to the intermediate. So if that sounds good to you or any of those things, they're all linked in my description down below. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye.